Perhaps everyone won't agree with what I have to say.
Hey guys, welcome to Movie Heads. It's Kiki Rich.
And it's your boy Mike Rich. What's happening?
It's not your sneaker station.
I know, but that's how I do my intro. Today, we are reviewing a scary movie. I'm scared. I'm scared.
No, I'm not that scared.
What's the name of it then, Key?
It is Strangers Pray at Night.
The Strangers Pray at Night.
Right.
I like to pray at night.
I did too, but not this kind of pray.
Alright. Anyway, basically it is a sequel to the first Strangers that came out years ago, starring Luke Wilson. And that movie was very, very creepy. We saw it together and we thought it was like one of the best horror movies we ever seen. We was like, now that was a good horror movie.
It was. And now I'm thinking, was it really that good? But, so the sequel to this is not actually in a cabin this time.
Was it in a house last time or a cabin?
I think they went away to a cabin.
Okay.
It was like they got married and then it was like the couples give away.
Yeah.
It's been like 10 years.
Yeah,
So
we need to see that one
I might
again.
have to go back and see it again. But this time it was a family with a troubled teenage daughter and they were sending her away to boarding school.
Yep,
And
yeah,
so
the father, the mom,
a brother
sister.
and a sister.
Yep.
So the sister was very troubled, very typical, getting in trouble, skipping school, smoking cigarettes. The typical troubled teen. And
that's
so
just the typical teen.
clearly, I don't even know if we can call it troubled anymore.
At this point,
but
right.
So they were taking her to boarding school, and in the midst of taking her to boarding school, they had to make a pit stop at a trailer park.
Yep, and I think it was the dad's uncle or brother or something like that.
I thought it was the mom's.
Might have been.
Yeah.
But I know it was just a family member. Then they had to stay at the trailer park on their way there overnight, and then go to the boarding school the next day.
Exactly. So once they get to this trailer park,
Got creepy.
Got very creepy. Very, very, very creepy. So
this place seems empty.
I think everybody leaves after Labor Day.
This is nice, right?
There's someone else staying here?
Is Tamara home?
I think you have the wrong trailer.
babe, so what were your expectations going in?
Well, my expectations, I had high expectations just because of the first movie. I just remember the feeling of the first movie, and at the end of the first movie, it was just like this creepy line. I'm not gonna spoil it if y'all ain't seen it.
That just at 10 years later, you can say that.
Well, if y'all ain't seen it yet, oh well. The killers came, just like in this movie, the killers come and they are after the family. They were after, it was just a wife and a husband in the first movie. But at the end of the movie, they finally got them in one room, tied them to some seats. And the people asked, why are you doing this? After them creeping around for the whole movie, the husband and wife asked, why are you doing this? And they simply said, what?
Because you were home.
Because you were home. And they said it just like that. After the whole movie being super creepy and the ending like that, I was like, bruh. So that just made me think this movie was going to be just as creepy, which it kind of was. What was your expectations?
I was feeling the same way. I think I've said this quite a few times. I am a big fan of horror. My favorite would be Halloween.
And I'm not the biggest fan. She have to drag me to these things sometimes.
Because he sucks. But my favorite being Halloween. So for me, what's scary is the boogeyman effect. Really, like things that like
it's like Halloween.
People can kind of go crazy and do crazy stuff. That scares me a lot more than spirits in the house and all those type of things. Somebody that's just really deranged and just psychopathic, you know, that
just
really.
I want to go murk me some people.
Right, like that's what you live for.
Right.
That's what you want to do. Like, so I was really, really looking forward to it. I was scared because I just feel like sequels have a way of letting you down. It's really hard to top something that was good. So those were my expectations.
Well, my main thing about the movie is what I didn't want to happen in the movie. The first movie was so creepy and scary because the killers, they were mystical. Like you didn't know who they were.
Right.
You didn't know why they were doing it. They didn't never show their face. They barely talked. It was a man and 2 females. The man never says anything in neither movie. He never says anything.
Right.
Even if he's going through something that's supposed to make him tired, you don't hear him breathing hard. You don't hear him grunting or nothing.
Right.
He's just creepy. He the type of person. This is what he do right here. This is his signature move. I'm gonna show y'all.
Just standing in the background, really, that's all that he does. Yeah.
He show up and he just stand there and look at the person. The person don't know he back there. Don't say nothing and just walk away. To some people, there might be some whatever. That's creepy as hell.
It is, because I just feel like you see people like that.
You see people watching you for real.
Yeah,
That's what it reminds me of. You don't know what their intentions are.
Right, exactly. That you said, you summed it up. It's like just not knowing what somebody's intentions are.
These people are basically popping out of nowhere. They doing extra creepy stuff, like showing up at the door with the light off and you can't see the person's face, and they just, it's weird, man. I mean, this family was creeped out, but it was scary, it was creepy, and I got satisfaction out of it for a horror movie, but it wasn't a perfect horror movie.
It definitely isn't, and that's why horror movies have such a bad rap, because I won't say I was let down. I really did enjoy the movie. It was a fun time.
It was creepy.
It was definitely creepy. I jumped. I was worried. I was on the edge.
Jump. Speaking of jumps, it was the first movie didn't rely on a lot of jump scares.
It did not.
This movie relied on a bunch of just out of the blue, which to a certain extent it's cheap, but it does keep you tense. Like, okay, what's gonna happen there? Let me brace myself.
I kept bracing
you know what
myself.
I'm saying?
Exactly. I felt like, honestly, the reactions to certain things happening was realistic as well. Like,
I do agree,
and I think they did a good job with
the
that.
family did seem genuinely scared of these people coming after them. I must say that.
Right.
But with that being said, it was a couple of pacing issues.
It was a lot.
Timing.
Yeah.
They got from one place to the next, sometimes very quick, and then other times it seemed like, are they going across country to get there?
Right, exactly. It was a real concern. I was like, wait a minute, so this and that happened, and they still just at this part.
Right.
And then I think it was consistency issues, like when people were injured. One minute they were walking normal, and the next minute they were like acting like, right, exactly. Yeah. So that was really weird. So it's that type of stuff that kind of takes you in and out of it.
But it's typical horror movie tropes, man. You're gonna get stuff like that.
I mean, compared to a lot of horror movies that's been out there, it's still one of the better ones.
It's still pretty good. Yeah, I enjoyed it. By the time we left, we was like, oh, okay, that was good. Because I think the ending scene, I think the relentlessness of the killers, man, it's just, they was coming the whole time. They was just relentless, but they weren't saying anything, which reminded me a lot of John Carpenter's Halloween, man.
Exactly, and that's the thing that I wanted to make sure I mentioned. I'm not a big fan of crazy kills. So for me, this was really, really taking it back to just that simple, I'm going to stab you and you'll die.
Right, stab you.
It don't have to be your head exploding and guts and stuff everywhere. It was just a simple, realistic kill. Like, because I think most, even crazy people, you got some that'll do too much. Right. You know, even crazy people, it's like, oh, they were shot. Oh, they were killed. I mean, stabbed. Oh, they were strangled. It was things like that, which to me made it more realistic. Yeah. So I mean, and that's what put me into, to me, it felt like I was watching 3 Michael Myers characters, like literally.
That's what it seemed like. They had 3 Michael Myers, but they could. Another thing that Michael Myers do is he don't run, but he show up right there like he been following you the whole time. They ran a couple of times.
Yeah, they did. They were really a lot more human. But
they were quiet with it. No, they didn't make no noise, man.
Yeah.
What the hell? Dad?
What you thought about the movie?
Overall, I really, really did enjoy Strangers. I did. But if I have to be 100% fair and I have to give a realistic rating, I have to say that the first one was much better.
Yes, first one was better.
And this would definitely be for V.O.D. It was. I mean, I would have enjoyed it, got the popcorn, been under the blanket at the house, having a good time with Jari and Mike, and been perfectly fine with it, you know. So I definitely do think if you, and I was struggling because I wanted to say ticket price validated. I felt like if I'm gonna honestly give that, I can't say if you take this and you consider that and you flip it this way and do this, and then if you sit sideways in a chair, then you're gonna get
squint your eyes.
Right, exactly.
Then it's gonna be good.
And I felt like that's what I was doing. So I have to be honest and fair. Like it was definitely a number.
Yeah, we was gonna start with giving this big disclaimer. It's just a horror movie. Understand this. So we got to give it this rating. But no, great watch on VOD. Get you some popcorn. Date night action with your old lady. If y'all like scary movies, you like her grabbing onto you. Baby, I'm scared. Stuff like that.
That's how he was doing me.
Man, gonna lie. I had my arm like this. I was like, man, what finna happen next? What finna happen next? Oh, you know what I'm saying? She's a scary movie person. I don't like being uncomfortable while I'm in the movies, but it is what it is, man.
Right.
So, great watch on VOD. That's our rating, both of our ratings.
Right. So
we appreciate y'all, man.
We do. What's coming up though? I'm going out of town next week, so it won't be a move for real. He might have something, but no. But I do want to see Ready Player One. Isn't that the name of it? I think. Oh yeah,
I'm really looking forward to Ready Player One, directed by Steven Spielberg. I'm hoping, Mr. Spielberg, that you come with a hit this time, because last couple of movies Spielberg put up, in my opinion, they've been kind of they've been kind of like, you know, average. I miss 1990s Jurassic Park. What else he did back then? Minority Report. That was like one of the most recent movies he did, and I feel like that movie's underrated. We ain't gonna get into all that right now.
Right, but we definitely got to check that out. And
appreciate y'all for watching this review. Y'all go ahead and check out Strangers. If you like scary movies, you want to be creeped out, you want to be shook up a little bit, go and check that movie out. I think it's a good watch. I think you should even pay theater price for it if you like those type of movies. If you are a fan of horror movies, man. Exactly. But that's it. Thank you for watching. That thumbs up, like, subscribe.
Oh, you definitely have to follow. We have an IG page.
Oh, yeah, Instagram.
And so we'll put our contact information up there.
Keep watching our reviews.
That's what we're here for.
Gone.
Leave us alone! But we've just started.